Hello everybody, Bad Weather Freak here with another video. I have another update for your 2021 hurricane season. It is Thursday, June 24th, 2021, roughly 9:23 a.m. And we have a couple areas I wanted to talk to you guys about, and let's jump right into it. So you can see here in the map, you can notice that there's a couple of yellow X's here. These are areas that the National Hurricane Center is watching. Let's actually over the first one here. A few days ago, the National Hurricane Center was given this a 30% chance of development when it was probably around here. Conditions were more favorable in this area, and as it moved further west, like usually this is something that is very typical where you have waves that show signs of being strong and potentially, showing signs that they may develop. But as they get to this area near the Virgin Islands and south of Puerto Rico, for whatever reason, this area here usually is very unfavorable for tropical development. If they survive this area, and then once they pass Dominican Republic, Hispaniola in general, and then they get to this area, the Western Caribbean, usually the Western Caribbean is very favorable. Usually, not always. So that's something that we need to watch on this. Once it passes Puerto Rico and it gets to this area, see if it reemerges and redevelops or strengthens in general. As of the 8 a.m. update, the National Hurricane Center is giving it a 10% chance of development. It's basically disorganized. Shower and thunderstorm activity is decreasing this morning, so meaning it's getting weaker. That's why they have decreased the chance of development from 30% to 10%. Now, the other area that we're really keeping an eye on is this one here. This wave is, I will show you in the satellite imagery. It looks very vigorous. It looks very strong, and I'll show you that in a minute. But the National Hurricane Center, as of 8 a.m., a strong tropical wave has emerged just off the coast of Africa this morning. Although ocean temperatures are still relatively cool over the tropical Atlantic Ocean and are only marginally conducive for development, a small tropical depression could form by early next week, while this system moves westward to west-northwestward at about 15 miles an hour. So the 5-day forecast is given at a 40%, so it is slowly increasing. Last update, I believe the 11 p.m. last night, they were giving it a 30%. Now it's at 40%. So slowly is increasing. And I'm going to show you also why this disturbance here has a lot of potential. Let's actually go to this. Let's show you the map here. One of the reasons that it's given at a high percentage is because of this right here, the Gulf of Guinea. This is very warm, as you can see. There's a reddish showing up. I have a feeling, and I've been saying this for a while, we potentially may see a similar season like 2017. This is my opinion. The conditions, the way the season is starting, I personally think that we are going to see something very similar to 2017, where the Virgin Islands, potentially Florida, may get affected. So you guys know, last year was it tied the record for the busiest season with 2005. But one thing you notice is Florida, we got, I think it was a weak tropical depression or something like that. We didn't really get much. Same thing with the Virgin Islands and Puerto Rico, Hispaniola. They pretty much didn't get anything, even though we had a season that it was record-breaking. So this year, I have a feeling it's going to be a little different. Partially, not just because it's fairly warm as it is right now, but because of this too. This was not here in 2017. 2017, the Gulf of Guinea was not as warm, which means that whatever wave emerges off the coast of Africa has a potential to start early its development. Or in other words, as soon as it exits, it is going to exit as a stronger wave rather than the usual, which is they pick up steam as they travel westward into warmer waters. And I'm going to show you again why I think that's gonna happen. But this is something that this is updated as the 22nd of June, so a couple days ago. But this right here is actually not good. And you can see how the equator is so warm. I mean, even in the Pacific, you can see it too. Now, this may change because it seems like everything is pointing out we're not going to see an El Nino, potentially stay as a weak La Nina or a neutral year. But you can see how this is warming up, and especially the Gulf of Guinea is very, very warm. So now let me show you what I was talking about. This is a satellite imagery. And you can see how this vigorous wave, see, this is the one that has 10% chance of development right now. And then this is the one that has 40% in the next five days. This is a very, very well-defined and vigorous wave that left the coast of Africa. So that's something we need to keep an eye on. Because, see, what it makes me think that it will be similar to 2017 is the fact that if these waves start coming off this strong, once they start getting into more favorable conditions and more water temperatures, like higher water temperatures and more time, they can definitely get stronger earlier than before. Because normally on a standard season, a regular season that you have activity here, maybe August, September, you start picking up steam. Some of the storms start picking up steam like around here. Well, if they start pretty far east, that's not good. That's not good news, because that could mean that by the time they make it to the Virgin Islands, they could be much stronger. I mean, potentially hurricanes. Again, that's my opinion. Just, I'm not a meteorologist, but just keep an eye out and see how everything develops. But I want to show you the satellite imagery because it's pretty interesting. Now, as far as the Pacific goes, let's go to the Pacific. We have an area here that it seems like it's about to develop any minute now, and it may come into Mexico, but not as a hurricane or anything like that, but as a storm. So definitely a rainmaker for sure. The Central Pacific, nothing going on. Too early in the season to get any activity up here. But let's go back to, let me show you. Let's take a look at the analysis here. One interesting thing is that you're going to notice is that the El Nino 3.4, it has been increasing steadily. I mean, you can kind of see how we're up to the plus 0.2, which is the higher up, it means the stronger El Nino is becoming. Now, you see here, however, in April, we were way down here in La Nina territory. Neutral, and then we're slowly creeping up into El Nino. We'll see, if anything, how things work out. But like I said, I don't think personally it's going to get probably much stronger than this. Because, again, I don't think the El Nino is going to form, but you never know. Things could change, of course. Now, this is the ocean temperature. Again, remember that 26 Celsius is what we need for tropical development. That's roughly about 79 degrees. As you can see, we got 26 all the way up here already, and all this is in 28, 29. So we have enough fuel in the atmosphere and the water temperature to really support tropical activity. But again, all the conditions have to be right. The wind shear, sea surface temperatures, just overall, it needs to be right. Now let's go back to let me show you the Saharan air layer. As you can see, is everywhere. Not too heavy, but it's definitely present. And again, the stronger the Saharan dust is, it will prevent tropical storms and tropical formation in general. It will definitely severely impact the systems. So if we have some present, nothing major. I mean, it's not. You see how much darker it is in Africa because it is stronger. That's what the Saharan desert is closest to. So you can see, but nevertheless, we still have quite a bit, and that's good. So that way, it keeps the storms at bay. Let me show you also the Atlantic temperatures while we were talking about. So you see 79, 80s, 84. 80s in the Gulf of Mexico. So this is definitely warm enough to definitely support tropical formation. Wave action, I can show you some wave action. Not much going on. And again, the Gulf is not known for having strong waves anyways. But again, a little wave going on, a little wave option. One more thing I wanted to show you is, let me go back and show you the forecast models and see if any forecast models is picking up the tropical disturbance or wave that left the coast of Africa. So we have the GFS. Let's move it forward. You can see a little bit of wrapping going on here. That's where the disturbance is. You see how it formed the low pressure. It's interesting how it formed that a little further north. As I move forward, you see that it keeps kind of moving west, but it doesn't. Basically, nothing happens to it. Now you can see it approaching Puerto Rico. As I keep moving forward, you see that basically nothing is happening. So it really, the GFS did not develop into anything. Now let's take a look at the European model. Now the European model, let's see. Yeah, same thing. So the European model, same thing. Nothing, didn't develop anything. Now let's check the Canadian model. I think the Canadian model did show something. It did show a little bit of action going on with that, with the wave. So you can kind of see it here. Wants to rotate, bundle up. It did this little thing here. That's what it is. As it moves further west, it kind of picks up a little bit of steam as it approaches the Virgin Islands. It gets stronger and then basically makes landfall in Central America. Again, this is too far out. I mean, we're talking about like 10 days out. This is gonna change, okay? But the Canadian model is already picking it up. Now let's see if the Navy model picks it up. Usually the Navy model does not. It's not that reliable, but again, I've said it before. See, I actually picked it up here. But let's see. Doesn't do much, but it does pick it up. And like I've mentioned to you guys before, anytime you start seeing multiple forecasting models get into an agreement of formation, that's something to keep an eye on. Where it fluctuates a lot is where the storm is going and the intensity. That's really what it fluctuates a lot. A lot of them, the forecasting models, they're not that accurate, passing probably 2 to 3 days. But again, the fact that multiple system or forecasting models are picking it up, that means we're going to get some activity for sure. But that's what I wanted to show you guys. Again, thank you for watching. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, you're watching this for the first time, please subscribe. And any comments you have, put them in the comment section below. Any questions? And, I love talking to people about weather. It's a passion that I have since I was a kid. So definitely I enjoy talking about weather in general. Thank you for watching, and you have a good day.